This is a presentation of my action research project for IL 658. The title of the action research project is Improving Secondary Instruction Through Professional Learning. The need for this project was realized when it was apparent there was a lack of vision, especially in our secondary schools in Baldwin County. The state issued report cards brought additional attention to the need for some type of instructional professional learning for secondary teachers and leaders. This project plans to use a pilot of the 2-year EMINTS program embedded into the school day for secondary teachers and leaders. One assistant principal from every school will be required to participate in the EMINTS for administrators training. The EMINTS instructional model includes 4 major components: high-quality lesson design, community of learners, powered by technology, and authentic learning. Teachers in Baldwin County have had access through our one-to-one technology initiative to the tools that they need for going on 5 years now, but they still lack the necessary instructional knowledge in order to leverage technology with students. Just a brief explanation about what is EMINTS. EMINTS is a 2-year, 240-plus hour professional development program that focuses on building a collaborative, community-based, student-centered environment through inquiry and technology. The letters EMINTS originally stood for Enhancing Missouri's Instructional Network Teaching Strategies. As the program grew nationally, the acronym was dropped and the name stayed. People across the nation recognize EMINTS now, and it has been awarded the ISTE Seal of Alignment. The program has also received federal grants, including one that is now bringing EMINTS training to over 15 school districts in Alabama. Our district is the host district, so we are leading that initiative for our state. This is the EMINTS instructional model, and it takes into more detail the 4 components that I mentioned. Focusing on building community with learners in the classroom is one of the first aspects that's addressed and then continues throughout the EMINTS program. Authentic learning, providing those authentic learning experiences for students, learning how to build high quality lessons and taking the time to do that is a huge part of the EMINTS program, and then obviously supporting that with tools, and so it's powered by technology. The objectives of the project will be to develop a clear instructional vision for all the secondary schools in our district. We have a total of 18 secondary schools, with a new high school being added next year. Secondary teachers and leaders will participate in instructionally focused, sustained professional learning. EMINTS is a big commitment. It's twice a month for 4 hours with follow-up and additional work in between, plus monthly visits and coaching sessions. Teachers and school leaders will engage their peer visits in collaboration. Teachers will demonstrate improved instructional strategies in the secondary setting through what they submit to the EMINTS National Center in order to complete the certification. Leaders will demonstrate improved school culture and climate in the secondary setting with a new focus on instruction. And here are some of the models on this slide that support where we desire to get teachers to get instruction and to get culture in the secondary schools. So Webb's DOK, depth of knowledge, the TPACK model, which we strive to get to that center portion where we have technology, pedagogy, and content all overlapping. And then the SAMR model that helps teachers understand how they should be implementing technology. They shouldn't always be in the deep end of the pool, but they should be swimming those laps back and forth between substitution, augmentation, then all the way back down to the deep end in modification and redefinition. Additional anticipated outcomes would be improved classroom instruction, increased student engagement because of the student-centered instruction and the use of technology in the classroom, increased instructional focus because of the school leaders' involvement and engagement, and that being their primary focus on campus, increased student achievement due to the increased engagement and improved instruction, and the development of 21st century school skills among students, and then the teachers with 21st century tools to make that possible. Currently, we have, over the past 10 years, trained about 150 EMINTS teachers in Baldwin County. There are currently 9 trainers certified or going through certification. All but 5 schools have at least 1 teacher trained in EMINTS, with some schools that are mentioned here having more than 4 teachers on campus trained. Out of the current 150 teachers trained, only 7 teach in the high schools, and only 5 of those 7 are in core content areas. There are only 18 EMINTS teachers at the middle school level. So it makes it quite apparent that the majority of our current certified EMINTS teachers are in the elementary school setting. Several teachers have changed roles, such as 3 have gone to being administrators that are EMINTS trained, and there is currently 1 administrator in the year 1 of the 2-year program taking classes. So this is the actual proposal that went before our board, and it has been approved to move forward. We will begin with the 2017-18 school year. We will do 2 groups at night that are in the second year, 1 EMINTS group during the day, and as many as 2 year 1 groups at night, plus a separate group of 18 secondary assistant principals that's specific to the admin training. The goal of adding a daytime group is to expand the number of teachers and to have all of those be secondary teachers to get that saturation level higher at the high school and middle school level. To truly change the instructional practices in the secondary setting, we have to change the culture of the environment. So having a greater percentage of teachers trained in EMINTS will help to facilitate that change. And these teachers build capacity by becoming leaders on their campus. So every secondary campus will have 1 assistant principal that attends the EMINTS training. This administrator will be to support and coach teachers, to model and provide instructional guidance, and to evaluate the program on their campus. They will not have additional managerial roles or duties. This instruction is their focus and their job. So here are some of the guidelines for the program. Each high school will send 3 participants. Each middle school and high school will send 1 assistant principal to balance, because having been an EMINTS teacher and completing the program in 2009, I can say as a secondary teacher myself, I learned a great deal from the elementary teachers that went through the program with me. So we plan to add in some of our elementary schools that need to up their numbers of EMINTS teachers to help balance the level of those educators present. So we have gotten approval. We have notified schools of the project. The application packets have been sent. In the next month, we will be selecting teachers and notifying schools and teachers. This is the remainder of the timeline, which is also highlighted by month and is much clearer in the paper of the action research for more details. This was just mainly for clarification in the presentation to the board. It included a budget. The main budget cost associated with implementing EMINTS is to gain trainers, and then we will have the National Center do a limited amount of support specific to the administration strand, since that will be something new to our district. Here's some of the incentives and acknowledgments. Acknowledgement dinner, where these teachers becoming certified and administrators becoming certified will receive a plaque to hang in their classroom or at their school. There will be a reception at a board meeting where these completing teachers and leaders will be presented to the board. There will be a stipend, and that is still being considered. It's looking pretty good that this stipend will be put into place for teachers that have completed EMINTS certification or will complete. There will be a collaboration day as a follow-up for all those completing during the school year that will be paid by the district. Cost of subs and paid. So we distributed surveys to our EMINTS teachers that are still in our system and working to get some feedback. We also asked some of our students that have experienced EMINTS classrooms or are in EMINTS classrooms to provide feedback as well. Based on the responses that we got, EMINTS teachers that have completed the 2 years and are certified say that they feel more prepared to provide instruction to students. 77% of teachers also indicated that they see major improvements in their classroom management because of their quality lesson design and the engagement of learners. 82% of students in the EMINTS classrooms indicated that they felt more engaged in the learning process. They were more in charge of their learning because of the student-centered aspect of the environment. 62% of students noted that they feel that they are a part of a community learners and look forward to coming to school. I know personally that was one thing that I saw in my classroom was that my attendance improved and my behavior went down. Behavior issues, that is, went down. In the survey given, 94% of teachers indicate that students are gaining 21st century skills such as collaboration and communication through EMINTS, and they feel that that is of utmost value. There will be needs to do future evaluations of standardized test data. At this point, there has not been that. So here's the evaluation plan moving forward that will be put into place at the end of the 2 years. There will be a formative evaluation through teacher and leader surveys. Surveys will be administered to all the participants quarterly to gain their feedback as they're going through the process. Every month, every participant will be visited by an EMINTS trainer. So they get that feedback, they provide coaching, and we can make adjustments as needed. Summative evaluation will be done through the digital learning logs. All participants, administrators, and teachers will submit learning logs with projects and reflections, lesson plans from the 2 years of EMINTS. These learning logs serve as digital portfolios that are a showcase of the knowledge that they've gained. A summative evaluation through student data will also be compiled. So after completing the completion of the 2-year program, student data for all of current EMINTS classrooms in the district will be analyzed using Scantron Analytics. Student behavior, attendance grades, and standardized test scores will be included in the data. So this is what was shared with our board. This document here, which I will also include along with the video in the paper submission, this is an example of the digital portfolio that is required of our teachers. So this is just for year 1, this first part. So 5 learning logs plus a final year reflection. And there's learning log templates, all the links are in here. And then goal setting and the reflections for year 2. And then the certification requirements are at the bottom of the document as well. It has been so exciting to see this work put into place, and that my action research project that I did for my specialist degree has created such passion and awareness of a need for a vision and an instructional focus in our district. And that's just been really inspiring, and I look forward to continuing to develop this project. Thank you.